nor snow. And finally, it came out to be neither heart disease nor cancer, neither diabetes, or even Mark and Craig could keep y'all from getting here tonight. You're both very, very blessed, and so am I, and so is everyone in this room. And I just want to tell you that this is the honor of my life to wish y'all a very happy anniversary. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being with us. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Pass it down.
Clink. Clink. There are some people that we'd like to have had with us, and we went around the room and we ran out of space at 21. So Mama's saying, what's he up to when he's walking around? We got some things from some people that couldn't join us that you'll be hearing read over the coming minutes. But they're going to serve us some cake and a peach flambe dessert, and we're just going to be interrupting them, talking all over the table at the same time. Oh, she's taking moving pictures.
Okay.
Can I go first, Mark? Can I go first and talk for a little bit like that?
Marshall wants to go first. Well, wait a minute. The rest, I was going to say, and now begins the competition part of it. You all know the competition would be between the great embellisher and pure dull factotum. That's the reason all these others in, and we're very happy to have you go first. Oh, please. This is what we're.
Who in the hell are you referring to?
We heard pieces of this starting earlier tonight, and we're ready to turn it loose.
No, everybody, we always get together. We always talk about funny stories from the past. The funny stories from the past have always been built upon the foundation of the leaders and the people that were taking care of you when you were young children. And for us in this room that know it, for us in the room that don't know it, but might want to hear just a little bit about it, a long time ago we had a second mom and second dad. And their name was Ray and Joanne. And for me and Stephanie and Melanie and Lee, when we were growing up, whenever anything was going on, whenever there was any action taking place, whenever anyone was sick at our house, whenever you really didn't know what was going on, what was right and what was wrong, the first thing that you could always do whenever we were in any trouble, we were going to the doctor's office, etc., quick, whatever you do, jump across the fence, run down my country highway, and go stay with Aunt Joanne and Uncle Ray until we get back home. So I spent my lifetime running back and forth between my house and Aunt Joanne and Uncle Ray's house. And through all of those years, through osmosis, the love and the relationship that they had for each other, I learned to respect with all my heart and soul. And I've tried to live with that love, and I've tried to live with the respect that I saw them have. And I saw them through all of the years, first as a young boy, then as a teenager, then as a young parent, and straight through the type of love I tried to give to my two daughters with my wife, Vicki. I've always watched the love, the care, the consideration, the eye contact, and the touching that they've always had for each other for at least 50 years. So the toast that I would like to leave you with tonight is one that's a lasting bond that will last forever, and also the heart and the memories that you've had for the entire Wright and Goddard family. Bless you for 50 wonderful years. Hopefully, Dick and I can be just like y'all. Congratulations very, very much.
Thank you.
Here. Now that being said, that's our toast from the Wright family. But guess what? I have a special letter here from a certain couple that you might know from out in California. And guess what? They couldn't be here this evening, but they sent you a letter. And I would like to read you this very important letter that is also a toast and a contribution to your 50 years of a wonderful married life. And it sounds like this. To Joanne and Ray Elliott, even though you cannot see us, Roseanne and I are here in this room tonight with you to celebrate your 50th anniversary. This is an accomplishment to be so proud of, and one that we most heartily congratulate you on. We love you two so much and really miss not being here and being so far away that we have not been able to share so many of these life's most wonderful experiences with you. But we will be there in September, and we will re-celebrate this night and also many more occasions that have occurred since we were last together. Now, I just want to remind you two of a time from the past. I guess it will almost be 50 years ago. I was a young boy of about 15 years old, and you and Ray had happily married and moved to Florida to live. Ray was in the Air Force, stationed at Elgin Air Force Base. Mother, I can't believe this, Mother, Daddy, and I drove to visit you. Our first and only trip. It was in the little town of Niceville, Florida. We drove up to the address. It was a tiny box house about the size of a modern-day bedroom. If memory serves me right, I think you had 1.5 rooms and a tiny bath. But you had it fixed up so cute, with curtains, dividers, etc. It was in some nice trees and very near the ocean that you two both loved very much. You two were very much in love, and that was all that mattered. You seemed to be so happy, and that was a great way to start. Thank God it continues for 50 years and for so many, many, many more. Our love and best wishes to all the family members who are there with you tonight. We are so proud of all of them and love them with all of our hearts. We wish everyone in the room, and especially you, Joanne and Ray, all the best. Perry and Roseanne from California.
Yeah.
If I may interrupt just a moment.
Mark and Craig, as I was looking at my calendar recently, I realized that your parents would be observing their 50th anniversary this month. Congratulations to Joanne and Ray.
Sorry.
Well, we'll let it ring, whoever it is.
Yes.
Joanne and I have always been so close, from before first grade to now and beyond. Then to see that both of you married Newton County's most eligible bachelors, we really felt close, almost like relatives. When Mrs. Goddard called my mother to talk about that wedding, I immediately told Marion that we had to go shopping for new clothes. I thought we looked real snazzy until I saw the bride and groom. And what a beautiful couple. I almost cried. My sister Peggy sang at their wedding. It was a home ceremony, and we all had, handwritten, we all had memories of this special occasion. The Lithonia Journal printed this engagement announcement like this: Miss Joanne Goddard to wed Mr. Ray Elliott of New Bern, Georgia. She says, maybe they used a different picture. I really missed Ray and Joanne when they moved to Niceville, Florida, as Ray was in service. I was visiting Mrs. Goddard one afternoon, and Mary Lee called about a recipe. Mrs. Goddard started to cry, and she said, Joanne is so far away, and I can't ask all the questions that Mary Lee asked. Soon they moved back to Lithonia. And later, two sons arrived to make their home complete. We've had lots of good times over the past 50 years, and I have more real funny tales that we've said, done, and kept secret. We're going to jot them down for later, and we'll talk about them on their 75th anniversary. Mark and Craig, you have wonderful parents. And tell them I will always love them, and I'll see them soon. Love, Patsy. Patsy, I think, grew up across the street from Mama. Is that right? Right. Y'all can pass that around if you want.
Yeah, that's a good one.
6.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Okay. This is from I got someone special.
Talk loud.
Sorry. Okay, to Joanne and Ray Elliott. Rosalind and I are pleased to congratulate you on your 50th wedding anniversary. We hope this day will be an especially happy one and that you will enjoy every good fortune in the years ahead. With warm and best wishes, sincerely, Jimmy Carter.
Great.
Oh,
Okay, here's another one. Dear Joanne and Ray, congratulations on the occasion of your 50th wedding anniversary. In a world of constant change, your commitment to each other and the enduring strength of your marriage are an inspiration to others. Best wishes for your continued happiness. Most respectfully, Max Cleland.
Oh,
Don't leave you for a surprise in this, because this is on the letterhead of the state of Georgia, an officer of the governor, Louis Barnes, says to Mr. and Mrs. Ray Elliott, it is indeed a pleasure to extend greetings on this very special occasion. Happy anniversary. It must be a great source of pleasure and pride to have reached this milestone and to be able to look back upon a rich and full life together after 50 years of marriage. Marie and I send you our warm congratulations and wish you many more years of happiness. Sincerely, Roy E. Barnes.
Yeah, family effort. Okay.
This is called 50 years. There once was a young man named Ray who went to church one day to pray. Imagine his surprise when he looked into the eyes of a young girl who swept him away.
That was a good limb there.
The beautiful young girl named Joanne took one look at Ray and made plans. They laughed and they talked, they wooed and they walked. By the end of the day, things were grand.
So Joanne and Ray were soon married, and at times their life was harried. Joanne cleaned and cooked while Ray labored and worked, but together their load got carried.
Now, Joanne and Ray had 2 sons, named them Mark and Craig just for fun, raised them through the years with laughter and tears, and are so glad that work is now done.
Our couple craved wide open spaces, traveled low roads, high roads, and traces. They would load up their car and go very far, enjoying America's good graces.
In recent years, they settled down, stayed close to old Lithonia town. For us when we call, they're there for us all, and we love to keep them around.
So we come tonight to celebrate a marriage of 2 friends that's great. They still laugh and still say they live loved every day. And together we'll cherish this day.
Here, here.
All right.
Of 2 tonight, you are lively and sharp. A. Always have a great time visiting you. And nurturing our family is very thoughtful of you. The other end. Nice to know you are always there for our family. E. Enjoy the Christmas reunions with you. And now Ray. Recluse is someone you are not. You allow us to visit. An accolade is what you deserve. And yearly visits to your house were a blast. Your great nephew, Tyler Wright.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy anniversary to a very special couple. When it comes to special couples, history has shown that really standout twosomes have style all their own. Jane and Tarzan never knew exactly what to say, so they used body language and things worked out okay. Mark Anthony and Cleo were trendy till it hurt. Cleo barged all over Egypt, right just for a skirt. Romeo and Juliet knew love's secret thrill until they drank some poison. Their romance went downhill. France's power couple, Napoleon and Joe, built an empire in their love and named some pastry dough. But out of all the couples that our world has seen so far, none have a style that makes them quite as special as you are.
This is back on the Limerick style. There once was a guy named Ray who came from Newburgh, GA. He met this cute chick. He thought they would click. And he still has that flicker today. Joanne was the girl of his dreams. She was the only one for him, it seems. Likewise, she knew from the very start he was destined to capture her heart. So now we're there, and for their happiness we can share all the joys and sorrows and the tears, the good times and sad times through the years. The happy Elliots had a couple of boys, They weren't exactly playful toys, but they gave the family a special spark, those cute little fellows, Craig and Mark. All in all, you've had quite a run, I'd say. Love to both of you, Joanne and Ray. As a loving and devoted husband and wife, 50 years together is a wonderful life. This is from Norma.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right, well, we got as many people in on the act as we could.
That's great. That's great.
Right. Bells and whistles, thunder and lightning, bacon and eggs, and Joanne and Ray. Throughout history, the world has been graced with many famous couples, both real and fictional. Samson and Delilah, Anthony and Cleopatra, George and Martha, Fred and Ginger, Fred and Wilma, Lucy and Ricky, Mickey and Minnie, Bill and Hillary, Paul and Monica. Okay, bad choice. Ronnie and Nancy, and of course, help me here. The big event occurred in 1952. Most of us here weren't born then, so I had to do some research. Did you know that in 1952, Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne and was coronated in England? Eisenhower defeated Adlai Stevenson for the U.S. presidential election, and closer to home, Callaway Gardens opened. The classic Western High Noon with Gary Cooper was released, and Ian Fleming published his first novel, Casino Royale, introducing us to James Bond, 007. Wow. All that happened in 1952. And Joanne and Ray were united in holy matrimony. Tonight, as we celebrate the golden anniversary of my dearest aunt and uncle, each of us here reflects upon the special memories and a reminder of why we love you two so very much. We're very honored that you included the rites in this celebration. Let me share just a few that are uniquely mine, considering I come on the scene a little bit later than my cousins and siblings. And one note, my memories have a recurring theme. One is phone calls, mainly between Mom and Joanne, and another is food, mainly desserts. Okay? Some of my early memories, Joanne with Craig in her car, picking up Melanie and me at Grandmother Sill's house to go downtown to the Fox Theater to see Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Do you remember that? That was my first trip to the theater. It's like one of my earliest childhood memories ever.
Where were me and Mark?
We're in the big bag. Probably doing something we don't want to talk about. I don't remember Joanne was driving with both feet back then. I'm not sure she did it back then or not. I was too little to pay attention. It still bothers Melanie. Another is spending the night with my cousin Craig and getting him in trouble with his dad. This is before Ray mellowed, apparently.
How old before I mellowed? How old was I?
I really don't remember you not being mellowed. To be scared the pants off of me by pretending to be possessed by an alien spirit. Which entered his body only to harm his younger cousin.
You weren't faking, lady. Thank you, Marshall. I was serious.
You missed his calling, okay. Okay, the phone call. Mother on her kitchen stool. Joe? Yes, I tried Mother again. It's still busy. Who in the world could she be talking to for so long? I sure hope she gave herself her insulin shot. You know Viola hurt her feelings again. Okay. And then my food, cherry cake. Okay? Sort of my mental memories. Building the house in Chaparral. Poor Fred Goddard. I believe that he retired from home building shortly after he finished your home. And having Ray as a customer. I think that did him in. He retired. And I had many happy times with my parents and Joanne and Ray sharing dinner together at both our houses. A little too much food eaten, a little too much vodka martinis and bourbons, but a lot of laughs. Particularly the night Daddy was absolutely ridiculed by the others, but later vindicated when it was verified that yes, Granddaddy Goddard did serve ice cream by the spoon out of his store way back when. Remember that?
Yeah.
Very well. Okay. And how can we forget, Mark, remember this, cleaning out 6893 Main Street in the estate sale of the century. We knew we were in trouble when we had customers lined up outside before we even opened. And like the Grinch, they didn't leave anything behind. And we declared it truly a success when Emily Foster even paid money for some of Margaret's trinkets.
Okay.
Remember that? Oh yes, and more phone conversations on the stool again. Mid-afternoon, Joe, are you on break on the switchboard? Yes, I can hold. I wish she wouldn't call me when she's on her break. Okay, Joe, are you back? Okay. Look, we've got to get down to Dorman's retirement home. Right away, talk to Daddy before he gets thrown out. Mrs. Dick called, and he's been caught fooling around. With whom? Oh my God, of all people, Mrs. Mann. Grandma. Absolutely. Under the table, Lee. Under the table. He's only 76, but apparently, this is before Viagra. Okay, all right. Yes, I can hold. And food again, fried okra, mandarin orange cake, tomatoes and peppers from Ray's garden. Varieties, bell, sweet banana, hot banana, you name it, you got it. Okay. And later memories, I must admit, are sprinkled happy with sad. 3 simple words. My grandson Christopher. You know my grandson Christopher.
My little grandson.
Chris, you are very loved and very blessed to have these 2 special grandparents. Continue to make them proud. The phone again. This time frustration from the kitchen stool. That Joanne and Ray, they've taken that phone off the hook again while they're eating supper. I need to ask her something very important, like a recipe. That Ray. Okay. And Daddy asking Ray to test drive one of the car lot's used cars. You know, Ray, take us around the block. I think I hear a valve or something. The phone again, this time not so trivial. Joanne, I have cancer. I'll never forget the unwavering support, love, and relief you provided during Mother's illness. We wouldn't have survived without you two. And I leaned on you so much, and while you were hurting at the same time. Then lightning struck twice on Bethwood Lane, and Daddy became ill. But laughter was even the best medicine back then. Another phone call. This time his dad, not in his right senses, calling the cops on his own daughter Stephanie, who claims she's trying to poison him. It took nearly 40 years for him to call the law on her. And for once, she was innocent. Joanne Ray, you may not have realized it, but you were Mom and Daddy's best friends. It was always obvious to me that they loved you both. They loved both of you very much, in spite of Mother's strange way of showing it to you sometimes. Ray, you passed your test, which was quite an accomplishment.
It took years, Lee.
But I have happy memories too of Joanne and Ray at the hospital and baptisms of our 2 sons. And thanks for meeting us at Scottish Rite when Tyler was diagnosed with Dolores stenosis. And like father, like son, driving him to Dublin to meet Dolores' parents when she was deathly ill. I appreciate that. More food again. Carrot cake, potato cakes. And as the evening's wearing on, I've probably taken up too much of your time babbling on. I'll try and close. Why do we love you two so much? And why are we celebrating tonight? We love you because, in spite of the changes, heartbreak, and uncertainty experienced through the years, you two and your love for each other and family have remained constant in my eyes. I love Ray for, first of all, that you were able to make it to this celebration, and that we're not having this thing in a cozy cafeteria at the Cab General, Piedmont, or Emory. We're glad we're here, not there. We love you for your pitch-perfect, dry sense of humor, including your limericks, and your willingness to truly listen to an adolescent 14 to 15-year-old and engage in meaningful conversation. Your literary suggestions, namely the classic Southern author Flannery O'Connor, and your uncanny perspective on life and what's truly important in this world. Joanne, we love you for your baby talk. You're not listening, but talking instead. Your positive attitude and reassuring voice. Your recipes, of course, and your undying love for your family and your friends. We love you both for being here and for who you are, and for treating us like your own. Happy anniversary.
Here, here.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, granddaddy.
Let me speak for Thurman kids.
That's the look on their face.
They might be dating by then, they might not.
They can stay out till 12 o'clock.
Depends on the mood today. I forgot my granddad got her down at the retirement home.
I do remember that episode. That
We were in Orlando then. I got a call in Orlando about that. Get home quick. Get home quick. Get home.
I certainly never heard those
Get in the car and come right now.
Well, it seemed like Granddaddy was also prone to sort of slightly run away and go down to some street corner not too far from
Walk in
that
and
place,
sit on the vine.
and just sit on the corner. But he had learned that from all of Lathonia's best, like Eat 'em Up or whoever else. So.
I remember that call. Okay, well, I'll just get Dickie to stay for a couple days. Oh, no. Dickie needs to come too.
Mark, could I just say a note to these two, but I just want you all to know how much I appreciate being invited to this. I didn't know them back in the 52s and 50s and whatever, but it's been a short friendship, but I hope a lasting one. They have been so special to me, and I do appreciate everything they've done for me, and hope that one day I can return their love.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
There were two versions of it. The first version came in a Granddaddy's store cigar box taped up with black tape, but the modern, sophisticated version was a wooden box, shellacked with black front. And I can tell you, I don't know. The answer to the question is, I don't know. Where went the blinking box?
Ray, what happened?
Ray, what happened to it?
Probably confiscated it and threw it over the fence or something.
I really don't
I
know.
don't remember, Melody. I remember the thing existing.
What's the story?
If you haven't seen the blinking box, it's hard to describe.
If you haven't seen it, you really don't understand it.
And if you saw it, you wonder why.
The Twilight Zone?
Yes, that was it. That was the version they
Cousin
never
Mark
aired.
got a blinking box that you couldn't open, you couldn't get into.
That wasn't for a school project,
It
was
blinked
it?
all the time, too, didn't it?
No.
It ran 24 hours a day. It didn't have an on-off switch.
And never blinked the same way twice.
Yes,
Spooked
yes.
his head.
Very random.
It wasn't done for a school project, was it?
No, it was done for the fun of it, to amuse this man.
What did you consult?
The blinking box had a series of
Had resistors of different values, capacitors of different values, and neon NE51 bulbs.
They were
that glowed with
NE51s.
Electricity. And then would cut off after the capacitor blinked out. Then it would blink in randomly by varying the size of the resistors in the circuit.
Exactly.
Everybody was entertained.
You couldn't say it better.
You would have loved it, Louis.
Thank you. That's what I want to know.
but I don't know where it went.
My thoughts, I was prepared for this. With this lady in my life. I think I recognized it at an early age. I was 20 years old when I got married. Should have known it. I wasn't mature. But I've been blessed by her and my two children and every one of y'all. Every one of you. You too, I heard.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm glad to have you for my family. Very proud of all of you. And many thanks for this wonderful shindig tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.